What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you the next wandering video. I'm over here on my Town Hall 8. F your couch! F your couch! Never should have gave your money! Sorry, I got digress. But put in the comment section if you know what that's from, and you can see why that's my name for my Town Hall 8 mini. But I'm over here at Crusher Inc. Man, these guys are beasts. So Captain Lucas asked me to come over here. Get my notes ready. You can take a look at their clan description right here. Got my notes ready. Forgive me. Timed out on me. But I asked him if they were recruiting, and he was like, no. And I understand why. They're currently filled. They had to make room just for me to get in here to showcase them, and I greatly appreciate that. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be recruiting in the near future or anything like that. So if you're... I would recommend bookmarking these people. They know what's up. So for your Town Hall 8s, Town Hall 9s as well, that's primarily what they are focused on, but that doesn't mean that they don't know how to war at all levels. And I've seen it in their replays. So with that being said, let's take a look at their war log. Look at this victory that they had just passed 20 on 20. 20 on 20, 95 to 95.2. They won just by 0.15%. On the tiebreaker. Really close war that went down to the wire. And as I scroll down here, you can see just a sea of green. Sea of green. I mean, this clan reminds me a lot of one of the last hitchhiking videos the first ever dual hitchhiker video that I watched with the Jake from One Hive Raids did. And that's how I found Team WBT. This clan reminded me a lot of them. So... with that being said, let's take a look at what we have here. Oh, one more part. They're Dutch speaking. So if that's your native language, they also know a little. Some of them know English, or else I wouldn't be able to even be over here. But they are primarily Dutch speaking. So let's take a look at this. The last word that they just had was 95.4 to 95.2. It really came down to the last minute, and I wanted to showcase that. And any of those that hold your attacks to be, if you're that last guy, anybody would tell you, you got to have nerves of steel to pull that off. The entire clan is counting on you. Like, everybody did their part, but you got to do yours. Because if you fail, the clan fails. It's pretty clutch. So, looking at these last two attacks, and what the score is, they pushed it to 57, toward DeWilt did. Crusher Inc. got 3 stars to tie it up, but let's start with this one right here. 1-on-1, Town Hall 10 v Town Hall 10 3-star. And that is, if this didn't clear, the other guys win. I mean, you drop down about, I think it's about 35%, a respectable 75% double on this, and they lose percentage. It's something like that. It's on a 20 v 20 war. So, look at the... mass bowlers on this, couple of heaters on the outside just to get that funnel going. And then he's got 3 rages, 2 jumps. And that'll get him to the heart of the base. If you see where these jumps connect, he gets access to the entire base. All the way through, access from one wall down to the other side of the wall. And it's great base recognition by Uriana here. CC comes out with Poison to greet that. Semi-mature 29 Archer Queen that he's going up against. Rage down early so that those bowlers wreck face on everybody. And then the healers step up into that rage and then bring them right back up to health. No freeze. He's literally bum rushing this Infernal Tower, relying all on his Queen to get there. And giving the layout his base that made this approach possible. And he still has the ability in hand. And at this point, base is wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. And he's got 2 archers. For both huts on the top left and top right, we'll go to ×2, just because it's slow developing towards the end. But I had to show that because it came at such a clutch moment of the war. That alone deserves mad respect. There's been many a times that I have failed trying to do a 10-on-10 attack, and I I'm so nervous that my hand was jiggling, shaking, if you will. I don't know where jiggling came from. Shaking, and I double click a freeze and it's over, you know? So, mad respect, man. Way to pull down that team win for everybody here. Bounce out of here. Let's look at the next one. We'll go down to number 8. Number 8, John F. Kennedy. Captain Lucas. Gonna do a Cold Blood Lalo. Great base recognition for this. We got an air defense, a CC, and a queen all right by each other. You can easily get that. In fact, you don't even need a jump. Wall breakers for this, but he does get a double wall breaker in here, which I thought was awesome. Awesome to see. But one jump clearly gives you that access. He's like, nah, I like my extra haste and extra rage. So look at this max golem, the level 6 golem coming out. That thing is beastly looking. It's unfortunate his BK walks on him, but fishes out a Tesla farm. Kind of a dead giveaway, given that the direction that this air sweeper is blowing. Although I guess no, it could be over here, but I just wouldn't put it. Whatever. I digress. So Queen reroutes outward, which actually helps him up for cleanup. He uses 1 haste to zoom into the first air defense. Got a 3rd hound to greet the remaining 2 hounds here as they traverse over. And then he's already got his loons backing up that 3rd hound as it eats a Black Sam. And then hastes that over to get to that air defense because he still has yet a 4th air defense to deal with. These last loons are late, but he has 2 haste and a rage. And so at this point, back in the day, before dark spells and before bowlers and all that stuff, this wouldn't have cleared. But because of the added value that the haste brought the loons for their for traveling, and then the fact that they can attack faster made the Lalo so much easier than it's been before, and Captain Lucas takes good advantage of that. Clean up troops all over, and an ability still in hand. I mean, nice job, man. He's got a wizard on the bottom side that's going to help these loons out. I guess he's going to get bitch slapped by that BK, but nevertheless, though, it is done because he's still, obviously it's a 3. Go to times 4. Okay, nice job, Captain Lucas. Let's go down to number 9. And Yelger? I'm going to go with Yelger. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Earthquakes open to just let the Valkyries in. Possibly could have got away with just a jump here, but you know what? I think the troops behave differently when they're Earthquake to jump. Plus, you don't have to worry about anything expiring. Not that it would have this shallow of an entry. But then just sends the Valks. I'm usually never a fan of this type of an attack, but when you are basically setting up a base with just 5 compartments. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. The Archer Tower. That is just a recipe for Valks. They'll eat that up all day. It's hard. You can't. Don't be above Valks. You know, if the base is begging for it, use Valks. Crush that base. Exploit a base weakness. So, and the way that I like it wasn't spam and mindless Valks. He just knew that the Valks were going to erase everything on one side. Had a beefy max golem. That thing just looks beastly down here. Escorting with the queen. Plus, he only has 15-15. So it's nice to see some teen heroes in here. And then he keeps them healed up. So by the time that they come over to the royal or the last island that I like to refer to it as, his Valks are healthy as all get out. Plus, he had a plan for it with those wall breakers. Should they make their way all the way around, which they did, he opens up the wall and they got free access to get through there. Not that the Valkyries wouldn't eat through that, but this way they don't circle the island and they go directly into the base and wreck face. So I really like this one. Made quick work of it, and anybody that's a base builder, you got to have at least 10 compartments. You just can't. You can't do this few of compartments. It doesn't work. It just don't work anymore. This base doesn't fool anybody. Nice job, Yelger. Hope I pronounced that right, man. We'll bounce out of here, and I got one more left for you. And it's got to be some Town Hall 8s because these guys do specialize in the low to mid area as far as Town Hall levels. I mean, I didn't see an 11 here. There's a few 10s, which are always needed in clans. But I think we're going to go down to number 11, Ali Mohammed. Or Ali Mohammedi. Hope I'm pretty sure I said that right, man. I like how he double zaps Quakes the developed air defenses and leaves the underdeveloped ones because that's going to be just like a tickle on these dragons. Plus, this is actually not... this is the one. We'll go with this. I thought I had a Town Hall 8 to share with you. But I remember why. So it brings one hound just for the side of the air defense here, but taking advantage of an 8.5, no bows to even worry about. Not that I think it would have mattered at all. Wow, I guess he sent 2 hounds on that. I missed that. But 2 hounds to escort his dragons to the queen, and it's a level 3 underdeveloped, 1 or 2 breaths, and that queen is done. He's got a nice spread of them. They're moving like a wave. I believe Beaker made a video recently about how drags are for noobs. I love you, Beaker. Glad you're doing better. One of the OGs. But I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you that drags are not for noobs. They're very powerful if you know how to use them. That's all I'm going to say. Don't hate the troop, hate the game. Nice job, Ali Mohammedi. And you know what? I do have time for one more. Why not? I do want to show a Town Hall 8 because there was a good portion of their clan that made up from 8s. And I could have sworn it was 16. Yeah. Not quite sure on the army composition on this. This base looks like One Hive Shadow, the infamous base builder for One Hive, where he did a base building live, about a 45-minute video with Jake from One Hive Raids a long time ago. And we saw this base design everywhere. It's like the most commonly used anti-3 Town Hall 9 base ever, in my opinion. But this looks like an 8.5 version of it, if not a 9 without... Yeah, 8.5 version. I just don't know if you had the extra walls or not. But it's this is a Town Hall 8 hitting an 8.5. Underdeveloped defenses, but it's still something to be said. I just didn't quite understand the Giants' entry on this. I mean, the kill is awesome, and he brought Valkyries. I can't express enough how much, plus because you have level 4 hogs, how OP a hog swarm is at Town Hall 8 or 8.5. You will crush any Town Hall 8 with a hog swarm. So I was hoping I was going to see something like that, but then I saw there's Valkyries that were set a little bit too early, so they go around the outside. But his identification of how to use hogs was kind of nice, where he kind of sprinkles them in so he doesn't lose too many to springs, as we see some giants flying here. You know, he could have gone a little bit heavier. I don't know if I would have spread them out as much, but he had such a giant push with the BK and the Valkyries coming to help them out. He was able to get away some defenses, but right at this point, all the hogs are gone, which was worrisome. That just tells you how OP max Valkyries really are. But I would really recommend, man, if there's play around with 30 hogs on a base. Just deal with the CC and then sprinkle in the hogs and get the fuck out of there. Just the theory behind the hog swarm at a Town Hall 8 is that you're going to have some hogs die. You're going to have some hogs dwindle out. But because you bring so many of them, there's math involved. You know, a hog to a defensive building. As we go to ×2, as you clean it up this last little bit, this archer here was probably saving them. But you basically have so many hogs to overwhelm the base at the end that you basically are swarming it, and that's where the name comes from. So try 30 hogs, home of the Etigo? Home of the Edigo. Home of the Edigo. Man, these names are awesome. Nice job, man. So let's go back to the top. Oh, let's actually show you what war they're in now. Check that out. Good start for Crusher Inc., as always, against Phoenix Rising Plus. I don't believe that's part of the Phoenix Rising family. I may be mistaken, though. I know they have many members. Let's leave it on their clan tag. I would bookmark these guys. There's their clan tag ID at the top. They're definitely worth keeping around if you're looking for if you're a Town Hall 8, Town Hall 9, and you're looking for a place to go to grow. If they change at one point, they start recruiting people, I would keep my eye open on them. And they're Dutch speaking as well. They don't use an outside application app. They do all their chat in the clan chat itself. So they're old school. Very close together too. So once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than the double. And I'll check you next time.